Bing. All righty now. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, who we got tonight? Come on in the house. Let's see what's happening. Start talking to me. Oh, who we got tonight? Whoa. Reverb, reverb, reverb. There we go. Well, I had 3. Now I'm down to 1. I guess the ugly mug done chased him off. No, V, what's up? Hey, you still want to come in here, man? Do. Novi, hit that you can hit that link right there that I just posted up if you want to still want to come in. Give me 1 second, buddy. I'm trying to figure something out here. All right. Boom.
All right.
AD, what's going on, bro?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you fine.
Oh, fantastic. Still working out these kinks with the microphone. You know what I mean?
Hey, I just use whatever's on the computer, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah. No headphone. Whatever's on my computer, that's what I use.
What kind of computer do you have?
An old one.
Yeah?
I got mice
Very
running
nice.
in the back trying to keep it going.
Oh, yeah? Running on that wheel. Speaking of mice, I'm going to be throwing a mouse tomorrow at the practice pond. Oh, yeah.
I was supposed to go, but the weather changed on me, so I woke up this morning, it was freaking 45 degrees.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So.
You're supposed to go fish?
No, I just worked. So.
Oh, yeah.
John says he's mouse in the fan. What's going on, John? Neil Johnson's in the house. What's going on?
What's going? Hey, John. Hey, John. Hey, Neil. How are y'all this evening?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a crayon eater too, right?
All day, every day.
I hear you, bro.
365.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure 100%.
Through and through. See, I like the orange ones in the morning with my breakfast. I'll probably have a banana about halfway through, make it to lunch. But the yellow ones, that is.
I was going through some stuff the other day, and I came across this.
K-bar.
Now
you can't beat that with a stick.
What was funny?
That's beautiful. Oh, that's awesome.
I had forgotten that I bought the thing.
Oh, yeah?
And I had it. Yeah, I had it at a.
That's beautiful.
It was still in the package, dude. And
Oh
it was in
yeah.
a box. It was in a box up in my bonus room,
Uh-huh.
and I was looking for some stuff, and I said, well,
Just
but my
stumbled up on it.
original, I don't know where my original is, the one I was actually issued.
Mm-hmm.
It's somewhere in another box. I got to go looking.
You skipped the armory on that day.
We didn't have to turn them in,
Oh, really?
really.
They only gave us those during training, or else, we
No,
didn't get those too much
they
over there in the stand.
they issued us a K bar, and they
Yeah.
said, and I mean, they pretty much when they handed it to us,
Mm-hmm.
they said this will be on your. Well, of course, we were using 782 web gear,
Oh, wow.
and they said this goes on your web gear,
Uh-huh.
and when you leave here, you take that with you. We do not want to see it again.
That's awesome.
I think because they were getting rid of the traditional K bar and going to
Mm-hmm.
that little shorty,
Yeah.
that they were. I just happened to be at the right time, the right place, and the guy
That
said,
sounds like it.
"These guys said, do not bring this back." As a
Man.
matter of fact, it was on none of. I remember it because it was on none of my paperwork.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
Mark J. Larson, what's going on?
Hey, Mark. Thank you for joining us.
I think my StreamYard finally caught up with the chat, and it just a whole bunch of people just dumped in.
Piled in?
Yeah.
There we go. You keep the StreamYard up or the YouTube?
That's what I run off of.
Uh-huh.
I run off the StreamYard, and on my end, and then I have my iPad next to me where I'm actually streaming through YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And
you stream on your others?
Huh?
You stream on your other platforms directly?
No, I haven't quite figured out how to do that. Hey, Wanda, how you doing? Guys, Wanda is from Louisiana. Wanda is my kind of gal when it comes to cooking. This old gal, she knows how to cook, y'all.
Oh, yeah?
I'll get a chance.
Like
hey,
I
Jan,
said,
how you doing, buddy?
Like I said, I love what you're doing with the barbecuing.
Oh man, I've got some ideas that are coming. I'm writing them down.
Mm-hmm.
I got a new biscuit maker. From the Duck Blind Bistro.
Uh-huh.
And I did a biscuit cook on it. Hey, Charles, how you doing? There we go. So, I got some other things that I'm going to cook. I'm going to have like duck blind recipe.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna do them in the backyard just because it's the off season.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be
It's a
duck blind
app
recipes.
Space.
What was that?
I said it's a app space, practical application. You got to set up a duck blind in your backyard too. Get a little practice in there.
I got some wood, and I have been considering building a blind in the backyard just to do things, just to, just to do things in it. As far as all this goes,
right.
I have not, John. I was catching up on you. I'm about 5 videos behind on your stuff right now. All's doing good, Charles. Listen, most of everybody in here knows Novi, AD. So if you don't have him, do me a favor, snatch him. Any moderators in here, as
I'd
always,
really appreciate that, guys.
y'all can put out everybody's channel that has a channel in here. Put them out. That's fine with me. And
I know. There's nothing I can do.
yeah, dude, I just thought we'd come up together tonight and just chat and
Yeah.
talk about what's going on.
So, with your mentions of the duck blind in the backyard, that would be great to talk about some of the basics that you do. Because, I mean, you know me, I'm all about the breaking it down to the nits and griddles, right?
Right.
So when you're going in through and setting up your duck blind, what is it you're doing that you do consistently? What is it you do that you switch it up? Excuse me. Because I'm sure different areas call for different things or what have you.
Normally, I like to hunt standing beside trees. I like to get out of the boat and stand beside a tree. That's what I want to do.
Right.
Water conditions dictate, if you can do that or not. So
Certainly.
I've got a prefab blind that's on my boat that I put on every year. And I add some native vegetation to it, usually moss, Spanish moss. Yeah, it's a big ass tree, trust me.
Because you're in heavy timber up there, ain't you?
Yeah, we got some swamp and stuff. So I'm usually standing beside trees. But if I have to, due to water conditions or where I'm at, I'll hunt it in my boat. But an actual fixed duck blind, we cannot put those on public water up here.
Oh, really?
So, if I had some private land, if anybody wants to donate money so I can buy some private land, that'd be great.
I hear that.
I probably, I've hunted out of permanent blinds, but I don't have one. And I have no reason to have one at this point.
Yeah.
But, if I'm going to build a blind, a permanent, I want to be able to hunt at least a minimum of 5 guys my size.
Yeah.
So I want plenty of headroom. I want plenty of room to stretch out in. Start a GoFundMe page. Yeah. I want to have it, shelving. Everybody put their shelves and stuff on it, drinks and whatnot. And then I want to have a table there that we can set up cookers and cook,
Oh, yeah. I've seen a bunch of them, where they got like grills and whatnot right there in the blind.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
John, I hunted one they called the condo, and it was 3 stories.
Wow.
It was 3. Yep. It was 3 stories. If you include the boat, because you drove your boat underneath it. So that's the first story. And then you flipped open a hatch and you crawled into the second. And it had bunks in it. It had places to sleep. It had it had a full size stove in there, run off of propane. And then you went up to another set of steps, and you were in the shooting house, so to speak.
Now, is that just put like in the middle of a flyway, or I mean, how else would you determine where one of those goes?
Yeah, it's going to be in one of your major thoroughfares.
Mm-hmm.
So you can catch trading ducks and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's basically, where you're going to want to put it. And that's, like I said, unless you got private land, you know, where you know where the ducks are coming from and you know how they're going to come in on certain winds.
Yeah.
His big shooting blind. Actually, it's the garage. Yes, I know. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to set up a blind, you need to set up for the predominant wind, and you need to set up where you know ducks are going to be coming from, and that's just because you own the property and you know which way they're coming. You know, generally.
Now it's like that. I mean, they're that predictable year in and year out.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
In a Mark J. Larson stool. That's right. I mean, if you're hunting a north wind, any north wind, you want your back to the wind.
Yeah.
You know, so the ducks will, you know, as the wind's coming this way, the ducks decoy this way.
Right.
So that's your predominant wind patterns in the wintertime. But we do get south winds and we do get westerly winds. So you're going to either have a crossing shot or you're going to have stuff right in your face, you know.
Yeah. Man, that's cool.
But, I mean, it's just like setting up a deer stand. You know, if you're going to set up a deer stand, you're going to set it on marked trails. You know the deer are going to come out on these trails.
Right.
He wants me downwind. He knows you see how I eat. Yeah, I just ate some deer spaghetti a little while ago. So,
there you go.
Up out of here, y'all understand. But it's pretty cool. I mean, it's there's a lot to think about. You know, you just can't go and you just don't go to a mud puddle, put up a blind and expect ducks. You got to know that there's some in the area.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of scouting goes into that.
And
I
travel a lot, so
yeah.
And
I got you.
Even if I did have my own property here, I doubt very seriously I'd build a blind in it.
Why is that?
Well, number one, I'm on a poor flyway, the Atlantic flyway. That's number one. Hey, Tina. Number two is just I'm always all over the place. You know, the ducks could be landing over there, and you got to pack up and go over there. And if you're in a blind, you have a tendency when you're hunting in a blind, you have a tendency to take a lot more junk.
Yeah.
Because you can spread it out. When you're hunting in the trees and hunting beside trees, you know, you got your gun, you got your shell bag, and that's it. You know, you don't have anything. Of course, your decoys and stuff, but you know, you don't have like when I'm hunting by myself in the timber, I don't carry stuff to eat. Hey, Craig.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably a silly question. Decoys in the timber, I mean, how you know where they're landing if it's so heavily wooded?
Usually you try to find a hole in the timber.
And that's just where they're going to be. And that's just where they're going to be coming in.
You try to find a hole in the timber, and then you look up, and you look for holes in the trees. And generally, you know, you'll have like thick timber up here, and as it goes around the hole, it starts to drop. You know, usually you have some kind of timber will drop down a little bit.
Yeah.
And if your wind's to your back, it'll circle and circle and circle, and then come through that gap. They'll start to come into the gap and then land in the center. And that's why we don't put decoys necessarily in the center. We may put a few of them, but the majority are them on the edge, and they're spread out throughout the timber.
I got you.
That way, when they're flying over, they look down, they see all kind of ducks all over the place.
Yeah.
So there goes your spinning wings and your jerk strings and everything else that you got.
Now, how many decoys do you typically carry out there with you?
Depends on where I'm hunting.
Really?
It will depend on where I'm hunting. If I've got a long walk, 7. Because I got a long walk and I don't want to be carrying them all.
Now, is that like a number you would recommend to a Navi, like a beginner, like say myself?
Do you have any decoys now?
I don't have any decoys at all. I've only been that twice with Billy, but I mean, I'd like to get out and do some more. Some places you just need a boat. Some, the STAs, you can get out there, walk around a little bit, but I'd like to actually physically scout out there before I went out there to find some spots. But I mean, even then, you pick an STA, you might get a different plot than you went out and scouted. So it's like, I mean, Onyx is pretty good for giving you some maps that you can utilize. But even then, you really got to tell the wind patterns and, you know, where they're flying to even have a shot. Because if they're 100 yards away and just flying over there, well, you know, you're just going to be bird watching, I suppose.
Well, generally speaking, like where you're at, and let's say, you know, I always tell people to go cheap the first go around on certain things. Hey, Boxy, appreciate that. But get yourself about a dozen decoys.
Okay.
And for you being down in Florida, I would highly suggest a half a dozen teal and maybe a half a dozen mallards. But you don't get a lot of mallards where you're at.
Yeah.
But you can use the hens instead of the drakes.
Because they look like models.
Because they look like models.
I got you.
Or get you a half a dozen black ducks. You know. And,
like some coots?
No, they're called black ducks. They're actually called black ducks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But, you know, especially where you're at, you know, it's just I wouldn't get mallards at all, except unless I was just using the hens. And they don't just sell hens; they sell, you know, they either sell them 4 and 2, 4 drakes, 2 hens, or 3 drakes, 3 hens. So,
right,
in a 6-pack.
I mean, that makes sense. Going with the hen mallards, and then you're kind of getting in the best of both worlds with the whistling duck, right?
I used, as far as whistlers, I have never shot one, but from what I understand, they don't decoy that well. So you just try to get their flight pattern and try to get up under them. Yeah. Coots work. Yeah, coots do work.
Just a few coots, though, right?
Yeah, half a dozen to a dozen.
Oh, yeah? Because I hear that's like a confidence bird or a confidence
especially where
decoy.
you're at. Well, it's a confidence bird, but I have shot more ducks over black painted Coke bleach bottles and Coke bottles and all types of ducks. It's just that dark contrast on the water. They can see it from a long distance. And by the time, and they key in on it, and by the time they figure out what it is, they should be dead. You know, or you should be shooting at them. But you know, it's, you know, where I'm at, you know, in the traveling that I'm trying to do this year, or that did last year and this year, I got to have a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So my decoy spread is getting larger again after I downsized immensely.
Why you? I mean, it's got to be tough to put out and move around if you got to get up and go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't be afraid to get up and move. If you
Yeah.
see birds falling into somewhere else, they're skirting you and going somewhere else. Don't be afraid. Get up, go.
Yeah. There's got to be a reason.
You know. Just John. Hey, what's going on, Jake? Is it Jake or Jay? I don't never know who's on here. Hold on. Let's see here. Just trying to highlight some people here.
I like that logo, Big Nail Bunch.
Oh yeah, they're good people.
I can see that.
I actually had the privilege and the honor of turkey hunting with them, and they tried to kill me.
Oh my goodness. See, that's another one I got to jump on there.
Have you ever been? Were you an East Coast Marine or West Coast Marine?
Depends on the reaction here. No, I was East Coast all the way.
All right.
Ain't one of them Hollywood Marines.
All right. I went to Paris Island as well, but I got stationed out on the West. My ITS was at Pendleton.
Oh, really?
And then after overseas for a little while, they shipped me back to 29 Stumps. But while I was at Pendleton, we had to hump a particular mountain up there called Mount MFer.
I got you.
And the Big No Bunch invited me to go turkey hunting with them. Now, you know I'm fat. There's no getting around it. I'm fat. And they sent me up a mountain. I swear it was like this. And while I was walking up that mountain, I swear I heard my Marine Corps ancestors yelling at me to raise the flag because I thought I was going up Mount Suribachi.
Oh, no. At Iwo Jima.
Oh, my. That was the steepest thing I'd ever. But what was the kicker on that hunt is when I finally got to the top and started hunting and we were coming out, I saw this road and I followed the road and it took me to the hardball. And all I had to do was take a right and go about 200 yards and I was at his house. He made me go down a hill and then back up this Mount Kilimanjaro mountain.
You know, we call that good training.
We call that trying to kill an old man.
Yeah, we had Machine Gun Hill back at what'd you call it? 29 Stones.
Yep. And
that was a good time. But sounds kind of similar. Yeah, I'd like to get into turkey hunting too. I mean, there's so much I got to cover in this little adventure I'm doing here as Navi Outdoors, and it's just all of it.
Yep.
I mean, they're out here chasing pythons. I got a buddy that does airboat tours down in the Everglades, and he's got a buddy, the Python Cowboy, that I'm really trying to link up with them, and because I mean they actually have contests out here, which is pretty cool. I mean, the snakes that they get is just ridiculous, right? But I mean, really everything. And just covering it from a Navi's perspective, I think it would be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool, John.
Ain't that true? Well, Big Tiny, what's going on, man? I ain't seen you in a while.
Big Tiny. Back into turkey hunting. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'd love to get in some turkey.
I gotta go next weekend and start scouting. We got about another week and a half, and it opens up here. So,
John, I figured that was like you were a Dimebag Darrell type. You know what I mean? I wasn't even second guessing it. But hey, to each their own. You know what I mean? I ain't going to judge you. It's not what I'm here for.
No. Oh, you know he swung that ponytail around.
Well, there you go. Jan says she's going to pass on the python hunt. Tell you the truth, I mean, I ain't the biggest on snakes neither, but it seems like a lot of fun. Most of the time they're going out and jumping on these things in the middle of the night. It just seems kind of exciting. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind if I was standing on top of the truck filming it. I'm not afraid of snakes. I mean, I'm not afraid of them, but I do respect them.
Certainly.
And, I just don't want to. I'm not diving in the water after one.
Yeah, that gets a little hairy.
I'm just not going to do that, especially down there when there's alligators out. I'm not afraid of alligators, but I do respect them.
I mean, they demand it.
And I'd just be I'd be like a whole summer meal for them. I mean, they just eat on me for months.
I mean, it happens down here. There was just a little old lady out walking. Her dog got grabbed by a gator just recently.
Say, Jeff, how you doing, buddy? You don't mess with anything bigger than me.
I mean, that's a good motto to live by, Jeff. You can't go wrong with that.
So talk about your channel a little bit, man. Tell the people who don't know you in here about your channel.
So really, I'm just I'm learning as I go. I've really been getting into I do a lot of fishing. I do a lot of fishing because obviously the hunting seasons change from time to time, but I'm still working on branching out, making different connections to try and get out on those turkey hunts, get out on the hog hunts, the gator hunts, all the different types of hunts. And right now, I've got a little practice pond by where I work, and I'm just throwing pretty much any and every lure I can and talking about it. Because the whole point of the channel is to give beginners an insight that is tough to find elsewhere. Because everywhere you look, everybody's their own professional. I'm not dogging anybody. That's not what I'm here for. But I am trying to give a voice to those that don't go out and throw one lure or the other for one reason or another. And I'm just going out and doing it myself to kind of walk people through how I'm doing things and, well, kind of the results that I'm producing. But I plan on doing that with other outdoor activities, and I like involving the kids. So bringing them along, they show me a lot as well. As young as they are, I got 2, 4, and 8-year-olds, and they ask questions that, even dumbfound me sometimes. But learning every little bit as I go and sharing that with everybody as much as I can. I've got a lot of plans. I'd like to tackle pretty much every style of fishing, right? I've got my father-in-law sent me this can. He's really big into primitive skills and urban survival and whatnot. He took just a regular old can out of his pantry, ate whatever was in it, bent down the sharp edges, and then put a little wooden dowel in it for a handle, wrap some line around it, and there's your little hand reel that could be made anywhere and everywhere. So I'd like to get into the survival stuff, some tactical stuff. I'd really like to get into some firearm training because I feel those things are important for excuse me.
Sorry.
Outdoorsmen everywhere, or anybody getting into the outdoors. So it's really a learning experience all the way around. And I'm introducing new little things as I go. And really, I'm just not afraid of sharing whatever it is I'm doing. I know a lot of people feel one way or another about, oh, I don't want to post this or post that or talk about this or talk about that. But I mean, I got to tell you, I ain't got no sense about me when it comes to thinking about what somebody's going to think I'm doing something silly or whatnot. If I'm learning and somebody else is learning along with me, then I think it's time well spent. So that's kind of what I'm doing over at Navi Outdoors. So at some point, I may even stumble onto something that, somebody in this room here would want to learn about. And the only way to go about it is to get our hands dirty. So that's what I'm getting into. That's what I'm doing.
Right. Well, I think you got a good channel, dude. I mean, I've watched as much as I can. I ended up having to take a new job not same company, but a new position, which I can't watch a lot of YouTube if I do watch it, I'm listening to it. I'm not, really paying that much attention.
Yeah.
But what I've seen, you got it going on. I mean, you're coming from, like you say, a novice approach to it, which, we all started somewhere. We all, I didn't wake up, one morning and go, I know a lot about duck hunting. It's taken me 50 years and I'm still learning. I'm still trying new things, and doing new stuff and going out with people and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a learning experience, but I think you got something.
I really appreciate that, Matt. And it's like just kind of breaking down the stigma, right? There's such a ugly stigma with getting out there and trying to learn new things. When I first really got into it, there was so much. I mean, I don't want to say complete hate, but there was a lot of, I want to say like bullying type stuff, right? I mean, not everybody's like that, but there's a lot of it out there in both hunting and fishing communities. And it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. And you know what? I want to be the one that somebody can pick on if they want to feel like they want to pick on somebody. You know what I mean? I can handle it. Trust me, I've been called every word in the dictionary. I appreciate that, John. I appreciate that. But I did it myself. No, not really. But hey, maybe I can do a video on that. How to cut your own hair.
There you go.
Get me some a mirror, and maybe I'll get outside and do it, and then that'll be the outdoors part of it. But just breaking down the stigma of learning, because we're at a point in time where you can learn just about anything online.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, there's a lot that feel the need to kind of make fun of that, break that down. It's like, why would you? I'm more about building people up than anything, because everybody has their own skills, talents, and abilities. So why not connect with others, like-minded individuals, which everybody in these communities that we're in is always very, very helpful. And I'm very grateful for everybody's help. And, I like to give credit where credit's due. A lot of the things that I do are based off of other people's recommendations that have been doing it a while. And I go out and I do some of those techniques, tactics, or what have you, and it's successful, and somebody else sees that. And that's really important to me, to give that credit where credit's due. And I'll probably say it over and over again, but that's really important, because you get out there and you learn new things, but you don't credit the source that you learned it from, then it's breaking down where all that history comes from. And that's something I want to continue and share with
that
others
too. And even with some of us that majority of us in here that have been doing, our favorite passions, whether it be, hunting, fishing, being more specific, ducks or deer or hogs or turkeys or whatever, we all learned from somebody. Yeah. Somebody showed us how to do things. A lot of it was trial and error, but somebody showed it to us.
Right.
And my generation, we would have learned it out of books and magazines.
Right.
And I don't think you can see it, but right behind all that mess of decoys are about 5 containers standing, that you can put magazines and stand them up in from the 1950s. And don't think that I don't drag a few of those down every now and then and read them and go, hey, that's an idea right there. Let me put this in today's lingo. You're always doing something. I mean, it's called research.
Certainly.
And
with stuff out there like that chat GPT or whatever you want to call it, that's a lost art form, is researching things on your own. And well, I mean, that's really important that a lot of generations are going to lose, I feel. It's bringing everybody back to their roots.
Whoop. I didn't lose your audio, did I?
Me?
Oh, there you are.
I don't know. Maybe I hit something or something.
Oop.
That's something I really, with the kids of my own, Jan, that's really important to me. And sportsmanship, right? I mean, my daughter she did, right? She would always come up right next to me and cast a line right next to me. And it's little learning moments like that where we got to distance ourselves a little bit, that she's going to go out one day with friends and she's going to have a better idea on what to do. And, well, it's really all those little nuances that you're only going to get by going out there and experiencing it for yourself, or how to hold a fish, how to release a fish, how to treat the animals that you encounter with respect and admiration. Because there's also a young generation out there that's just being real reckless just for views or likes or what have you. And I got to tell you, I mean, that's really not what I'm about on this journey. I mean, that stuff comes with time, I suppose, but just being as authentic, original, and genuine as I can. And as you're saying, just kind of sharing some of my values. I'm a God-fearing man, and I bring my kids up with God in their lives, and I like to spread that a little bit here and there, just kind of sprinkle it in, because we're talking to, a lot of mixed crowds and groups, but that's important to me and what I do. And that's something, that I like to add. I mean, the last thing I always say is take care and God bless, because I mean that.
Well, the biggest thing that I can give to you as a novice in a novice channel and in fishing is bass taste good.
Yeah.
They are delicious.
We haven't gotten into much.
I know
bass.
that I'm going to catch some hate from a few people in here.
Not from me.
But they do taste good.
Listen, I've got people tell me all the time, well, some people call them ditch pickles, this, that, and the other. I think that's just downright disrespectful, because I love bass. I love catching bass. I've eaten bass growing up. I haven't done it in a long time. But everything we catch, my kids are always like, can we take it home and eat it? And down here, you got to be careful with some of the canals and whatnot,
right,
because, there's all kinds of runoff and whatnot. But, out there in bigger bodies of water, deeper bodies of water, it's better. But, yeah, I need to get me on some bass, take it home and catch, clean, and cook it.
Oh, I love them. I always try to mess with John about it all the time, because he has a place that he fishes where you can't keep the fish. You have to release them. And that's all well and good.
Uh-huh.
And I understand that. I got it. I'm all about management.
Certainly.
But they do taste very good. And you make you a big pot of grits and you fry those fish up.
Yeah.
You make you some hush puppies and some some good cheese grits, and whoo,
I'm gonna have to
You
do
just-
it now.
man, you just sit back and but
I'm gonna have to do that.
but yeah, as far as the cooking goes, I am I've got a couple of new things already that we picked up the other day, and I'm learning it. And that's the Blackstone griddle.
Mm-hmm.
We picked up the little small one, the 17-incher, and so I'm going to be cooking on it a lot and doing some things on it. And of course, I always have the smoker out. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing some smoking tomorrow. And hopefully, if it's not pouring down rain, I'm going to be doing a video on it. And it'll be a late night video, but it'll be a video regardless.
There you go. I mean, that's part of this whole process and journey that we're all on, when and where we're going to be making content.
But I've got some other things, but the duck blind breakfast thing is, RD, what's going on, man? Y'all didn't get any? Man, it's been raining the last 2 days here.
Man, we ain't got rain since Valentine's Day, at least. And I only know that because my kids wrote Happy Valentine's Day in chalk on the driveway, and it's still there.
RD Reynolds is he's from South Carolina. He's a YouTuber. He does a lot of gun stuff.
Very nice.
He does a lot of gun stuff. We have not caught up together. We've been
40 days and 29th.
Saying it we would be.
Yeah, 10-minute thunderstorm, John. I know exactly what you're talking about. I think it sprinkled today. I think it did. Or I was getting peed on by a bird or something, maybe. Because that could be it, too.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a ship to come in, RD, so I can get me that new Browning 16 gauge. But
John,
I can't find a 90-year-old sugar mama who wants to loan me a couple grand. So
I hear you.
But I want that gun. I want that gun something fierce. It's a Browning. I shoot a 16 gauge, and that's kind of like my signature,
Yeah.
or one of them. And they Browning came out with came out with a Sweet 16 again, and it's camoed and Cerakoted, and it's just beautiful. And I'd love to retire my Belgium Browning, or if either retire it or put it away for a little while,
Yeah.
They're up here on my John. They're up here on my in my call collection on that shelf. I thought I sent you did I not send you a picture? I thought I sent you a picture, and then and the 12 gauges are up there as well. Oh yes, I did. I kid you not. When John handed me, it's missing 5 shells. All right, so it's a box of 25. It's missing 5 that were paper that were for a 16 gauge. I had goosebumps on my arms when he handed it to me and said, "These are yours," because he knows how I'm into that old stuff, and especially the 16 gauges. And but yeah, I did. I got chill bumps.
That's
I did.
awesome.
I really got chill bumps when he handed Mr. Corky over to me. That decoy, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'd have sold children to get that one. Oh.
Speaking of children, I think I got to run up and put some of them to bed myself.
All right, bud. So
But hey, I really appreciate you bringing me on here, Matt. Getting to hang out with you and everybody else. Very thankful for that. So I appreciate
Not a problem.
that.
Anytime. You're more than welcome. And you see me up here and you want to come up, just give me a holler.
Sounds good, brother. I do
All right,
appreciate
man.
that.
Well, listen, you have a good night.
All righty. Y'all too. Everybody take care and God bless, because Navi is out.
All right. Whew. He's a good fella. I like him a lot. So, let's see here. There was something I wrote down. See if I can find it. Probably can't. Oh, that's all right. Oh, that's cool, John. Yeah, when I was down there, I wish I had more time where I could have met Doc and Robert and that crew, and maybe hit the water with y'all just to have some fun. I just didn't have the time. It was a whirlwind trip. So what we got going on now? Oh, has anyone not seen the new biscuit maker? Has anyone not seen it that I had on the video? Oh, let's see. So, of course, everybody knows the original biscuit maker. That's the original one. And this one is the Duck Blind Bistro cooker. It's pretty much like a clamshell, but the cool thing is you can take this apart, and now you got 2 frying pans. So if you don't want to cook something, you want to cook something before you cook your biscuits, or you're not cooking biscuits and you need 2 frying pans, that's the ticket. I think it's a pretty cool idea. I'm going to be using it a lot more this year. Or 2 emergency boat paddles. Yeah, probably do that. A snake whopper, if nothing else. Yeah, Jan. He I got this old box. He gave me this old box. There's nothing in them. It was an empty box, but still, the old Expert Mark V's. And what I like about that, it's the Western. You remember those? And then it was just another box. But how many of y'all remember when buckshot loads came in a box of 25? Y'all remember that? I remember that. Craig, the best way I know how to do is get you a bucket full of it and take it and put it in. You don't have to plant it. Till the Georgia Sons of the Coast Guard can find you. We ain't got them up there. All we got are game wardens, and they don't even know how to get out of the trucks yet. So, but Craig, the only way I know how to do it is get you a bucket of it or a couple buckets and just pour it in. Just keep it wet. You know, harvest a bucket or two of it. Fill a 5-gallon bucket up. Put some water in it to keep it moist, unless you're going straight to the hole. If it's not too far away, so it doesn't dry out, and then dump it in. That's the only way I know how to do it. It'll take, if it's got sunlight, it'll take. I mean, it's just like any other plant. It needs sunlight. Well, there you go. That's it. Yeah, but I know he's also talking about private land too. I actually know where he's putting it, so. Well, that's cool, Charles. The old Western Auto Store brand, which were Winchesters. If I remember correctly, they were Winchesters. I think Winchester did a run for them. The old Winchester Western. Yeah, it grows very easy. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Let's see here. We have the hydrilla. Yes, y'all got the hydrilla, man. Y'all got it. We got a little bit left from the aquatic management meeting that I went to, that I did that long video on. I was actually surprised I've got over 100 views on. There are some places that are on the lake that still has hydrilla. I actually found some. So Revelation. Oh, wow. Yeah, the video you didn't watch. That's right. We've got right now 48% more hydrilla than we've had in the past 10 years. Cottonmouths are already out. Oh, I bet. I'm pretty sure y'all, Greg, y'all should have got some of this cold weather we got. I mean, I woke up this morning, it was 45 degrees. It was freaking cold. But let's see here. But yeah, I'm trying to get my train of thought, y'all guys. I'm sorry about that. We got 48% more hydrilla than we've had in the past 10 years. They're doing a reduction in the carp that's going to be put into the lake. One of their main focuses is the giant Savannah that we've got. So they're going to be focusing more on that instead of the hydrilla. So that's a good thing. They need to get rid of. They need a way to get rid of that giant Savannah. If that takes over the lake, we're doomed. Yeah, we got one tonight. I think they're saying it's supposed to get down to 20 tonight. Here. It ain't spring yet. We still got 2 more weeks. Well, I think our mushrooms popped, and then this cold snap is going to kill them or knock them down. It was only 83. Dang, boy. Did you have your park on? Fur line flip flops. I don't doubt that you don't have them. Yeah, I've been wanting to go fishing, and I was going to try to go to the end of the week. If it warms up, I still may, but I need about 2 to 3 days of warm weather to warm that pond up so the fish will get back right. But I do want to go back out there. Yeah, me too, Charles. Me too. I've already cut grass twice. Yeah, my dad's been catching some spawning fish as well, John. Yeah, that was a good fish, bro. That was a good fish. I understood what you were saying. So, yeah, that was a chunk. There was no doubt about it. That was a chunky little fish. Oh, man. What else is going on other than work? Y'all caught fish over 5 pounds with Doc and Joe, no giants. Okay. Yeah, I still got your baits up here that you sent me. I plan on taking one bait casting rod, one spinning rod, throwing top water first thing in the morning, and then switching down to the bruiser bait. Yes, and I think I wanted to comment, but I don't know if I was talking or if Navi was talking, and then it skipped my mind. But you had said something that there was you saw a bunch of teal the other day when you were out there. Oh yeah, it's called reverse migration. They're on their way back. Yeah, it's they're on their way back. That should be starting their journey on the way back. They would have been in Cuba. A lot of them would be in Cuba, Nicaragua, Argentina. A lot of them make their way down there, and you either got some that have stayed all year, but they'll be ganging up to head back north to the breeding grounds. You'll have some that's going to stay there all year and just do their thing there. Cuba's only 150 miles exactly. They can do that in a day or less. Do that in a couple hours, they get the right wind. But they'll go down to Nicaragua and Argentina as well. They look local to you. You know, I've been duck hunting 50 years, and I still don't know what a local teal looks like. Oh. Divers are gone from OBX. They had a Florida accent. Okay. Yeah, if they fly up, they're speaking Hispanic, then you know good and well they've been down a little farther. But no, they should start on their way back soon if they haven't already. Well, you'll get your model ducks that'll stay year round where you're at, your Florida models. Some will actually come up our way and breed and nest, and a lot of your black bellies, whistlers, will come up here and start to nest. I'm even hoping to go fishing next weekend or get on the lake or get in the swamp and go for a boat ride or just get out and do something. But let's see, we got 9 people in here. 9, let's see here. Sunday. Well, I tell you what, John, y'all do y'all's thing on Friday, don't you? Y'all do y'all's get together on Friday. It's becoming that time of year again. And I'm probably going to do my next live stream out in the shed. It's the birthday weekend coming up, so y'all know what's going to happen. And I don't know what day to do it on. My birthday's actually on Sunday, but I've got to work Sunday and Monday, so I don't want to get too toe back. But I'd like to have some fun that night with y'all. So yeah, if y'all are into the fishing stuff and but yet it's a BS session, y'all need to get on with Small Water Charters and Friday night. Is it going to be on your channel or Doc's channel? Yep, shots for tots. Yep. And Mark says he's done having birthdays. It's going to be on Doc's channel. All right. Can somebody post that up, his channel, so people know? It'll be Friday night at 8. I don't know if we're going out that night or what yet. But I do want to do a live stream sometime next weekend, whether it be probably maybe even Saturday. Really don't want to do it Saturday because, well, I'll wake up hurting on Sunday. But we'll do it. It's going to happen. So I'll have some adult libations that night. So you know how that'll go. If you were at my birthday last year, y'all know. Thanks, John. Oh. NC Outdoors, what's going on? Ain't no birds there. They've all headed back up north. Yeah, I would think that they're on their return trip. Well, you'll have your local wood ducks that are around all year, of course, and you should be getting some coming in from northern Florida, Georgia, and even from South Carolina should be going back up to where you're at. What I like about wood ducks, their nesting areas all over. Where is the area code 828 at? Where is that at? What area is that in? Yeah, I know that you were in Conover and Hickory area. Yeah, I thought I recognized it. That's awesome, Greg. We're still looking at getting a poodle, but we started pricing them, and man, I mean, they wanted $5,000 for a dog, and I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't do $5,000 for a dog. If it was given to me, then yeah. But yeah, they wanted $5,000 for that dog, and they didn't even have the color variation that I wanted. And then they were talking about, well, if you want that, because I wanted that rust-colored red brown color. That may even be higher because it's a sought-after color. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't do it. All right, buddy. I'll be waiting on it. But yeah, so I don't know what we're going to do. I've got a couple of feelers out, but I'm really wanting to get another dog here because I need to start working it and getting it ready for the hunting season. We're trying to. What's 2 arms and a leg? Well, if I have to give up 2 arms and a leg, I ain't gonna be able to shoot or hold a camera. That's cool, Jan. Yeah, I hadn't even been out there, dude. I mean, seriously, I have not. I've been working. I'm either working here at the house or I've been doing stuff, around the house, or doing things with the family since the duck season went out. Just trying to catch up with that kind of stuff. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I usually hit the woods. I usually hit the swamp right after the duck season, just see what's going on. But this year, I just had too much personal stuff going on. I've been trying to take care of. So, been seeing a lot of doves. I see them all. I see them all the time here. I mean, all year long. I mean, I have them in my yard all. It's just like, oh, there's more doves. Lots of geese. Yeah, I wanted to get up there with you, Greg, but I never could get the time right. Had a lot going on. A lot more belly feathers. I've never been after Osceolas. It is kind of a dream hunt to go after them all one year. Get an Eastern and go get an Osceola and then a Rio and a Merriam's. But for those who didn't hear earlier, I'm not exactly sure who all was in here then, but we're going to try to do a lot more cooking videos this spring. Get some duck blind recipes. So if y'all have a meal that y'all like to cook in your blind, send it to me. Send it to me. I'll use it. Yeah, I really wanted one of them birds too, John. I mean, I wanted one bad. Oh, maybe next year. Yeah, me too, Mark. Not chili beans. No. All right, John. Appreciate you coming in, man. Hit that thumbs up before you leave. Appreciate it. Well, I think I'm going to kind of ease on out of here myself, guys. I had a long day at work, and I've got an early start tomorrow. So I'm not going to go my normal 2 hours, but listen, I appreciate each and every one of you who came in tonight. If you got any questions, shoot me an email, man. I'd be happy to answer them or talk to you on the phone or whatever. Doesn't matter. Love talking to people. Love hearing from you guys. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to get on out of here for tonight. But I appreciate y'all coming in, and we will see y'all next time on Daddy Duck 365.